down and 2. And the handoff out of the shotgun to Green, and he's going to be dumped for a loss by Charles Tillman, the very impressive rookie, picked on the second round out of Louisiana Lafayette, and everyone in the league knew he would be a player, and a 4-yard loss will make the Packers kick it away. Chicago Bears going on offense, and Cordell Stewart having his best game of the year as they rolled up 28 against Arizona.
And for the last 10 games, that offensive line was intact. Terry Metcalf gets the start this week. He filled in last week when Chris Valerio got injured.
And the back showing Anthony Thomas, who had viral pneumonia for 1 game. He is back in there. And a lot of the young players, including Brock Forsey, who gained over 100 yards. But here's Cordell Stewart leading the Bears with a first down on their 28. And a play-action pass, and it's caught on first down to the tight end, Desmond Clark. So the Bears, normally very conservative, go with a play-action and a 19-yard gain on the first play of their game. There's the Chicago Bears defensive unit.
Funny to hear Brian Urlacher said he's got to actually slow down this afternoon because of all the misdirection that the Packers use in their offense.
And Bobby Gray again starts for Mike Green at strong safety, and Amon Green carrying, trying to reverse direction, and he'll get up to the 34-yard line. Warwick Holdman was there to make the tackle. Talking about the Bears defense, one of the great reasons for their improvement. When they were 1-5, they allowed 29 points a game. Since they've won 4 of their last 6, just 12. That's a 17-point difference, and that's pretty big. From the 20. Anthony Thomas on the handoff, trying to get something on the ground. Both teams believe you've got to run the ball, even if you only get the 2 or 3 yards, as Thomas did there before Nick Barnett, the outstanding rookie, one of the top rookie defenders in the NFL. Second down and 10. Going to 4 wide receivers, and the running play, and another terrific defensive play, this time by Mike Green, the strong safety who did not start. He's had an injured groin, and he stuffed Amon Green for a loss of 1.
Well, you got to be able to pick him up. You can tell right there that Mike Green is not in coverage. Somebody has to make a call. Chad Clifton has got to go outside. You've got to secure Mike Green before you can go to the linebacker level, because he's going to make the play. You got to have your eyes open. And
third down and 10 now. And Stewart, here comes the blitz. It is picked up, and this pass is caught by David Terrell, and a first down. So the Bears do a great job of picking up the Packer blitz from the secondary, and Chicago gets 21 out of it.
They had a blitz coming from the other side. Robbie Abdullah does a good job picking it up, and there's the guy that they want to go after a little bit. It's Al Harris. He plays very soft right there and allows the coverage. Here comes your blitzer right here. There's the pickup. Nice job. You see the time that Cordell Stewart has in the pocket. And number 31, Al Harris. We'll see if John Shoup continues to go after him.
That's the season-long catch for David Terrell, and a first down on the 39-yard line.
Here's Justin Gage lined up with him, the guy they would like to use.
And there is Stewart, and Stewart going deep. He's got a guy, and it's Marty Booker who'll score. So this close to the best offense is anything but early on, and with no field position, the Bears move it smartly. Cordell Stewart with 2 big pass plays, the last one to Marty Booker for 61 yards, and the Bears stun this crowd and the Packers and take the lead.
Well, when we talked to John Shoup, the one thing he said, we want to take shots on the outside, and he's told us that before, but we haven't seen it. Mike McKenzie kind of sits on it because they run so many short routes. Marty Booker runs right by him. They want to play aggressive. They don't want to go into the locker room after the game and with the woulda, coulda, shouldas. They're going to come out, they're going to air the ball out and take their chances.
What do they have to lose? Paul Ettinger with the extra point, giving the Bears a 7-0 lead. Marty Booker with his 3rd touchdown catch of the year, and it's the Bears in front, 7-0. By the way, that touchdown pass by Cordell Stewart, his longest of the season. Packers from the 33, and the quick going out to Robert Ferguson, and the Bears are right there once again. And a 2-yard pickup, Jerry Azuma all over Ferguson. In motion is Green to the right, and the pass, and another big hit. This time Bobby Gray puts it on Donald Driver, And you get a feeling the Chicago Bears are coming out and leaving nothing inside the locker room so far.
They are playing at a different level right now, and you would think that after the performance the Green Bay Packers had the last time they were on the field, this would be the last thing you would see as this game unfolded. But right now, the Chicago Bears are taking it to the Packers on both sides of the ball.
And you saw Greg Blasch, who was a former assistant coach with Green Bay, as was Dick Duran. So they're very familiar with what Lambeau is all about. 3rd down and 8 from the 35 of the Packers. Just outside a minute remaining in the first. Pressure on Favre. Gets away and then flings it up, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Lance Briggs, and he will go in for the touchdown. A flag is down, however. Penalty marker down, so let's wait. But Lance Briggs picks off that floater, and that's one of those examples. And this is going to be key from Ed Hockley right here.
Intentional grounding, offense. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So Brett Favre not willing just to get rid of the ball. He threw it up for grabs, and Lance Briggs took it into the end zone, 45 yards for another touchdown.
Well, every time you play against Brett Favre, you know that he's going to give you an opportunity 2 or 3 times a game to make a play, and here's one of them. He scrambles, he's got Philip Daniels right in his face. He just throws it up into the air, but there's Lance Briggs, stays alive, chases the ball down, and this is amazing to me to see the way that this game has started early on. I mean, never would have expected Green Bay to come out and play this way.
First career touchdown for Briggs and his first interception. And here's Paul Ettinger with the extra point, and it's 14-0 in favor of the Chicago Bears. So the Bears have not done much on offense this year in the first quarter. They're doing it on offense and defense.
It's an overload. Here comes the other guy in. They've got 2 blitzers coming to one side. Amon Green does the right thing. He takes the most dangerous man, the inside guy. But a good blitz by Greg Blasch. They miss on that, but there's Philip Daniels right in Brett Favre's face. He's just trying to get rid of the ball.
Well, first down as we start the second, and here is Amon Green going off the right side following blockers, but then a hard hit. I'll tell you, every tackle, this one, by the way, by Keith Traylor, has been emphatic. 1-yard gain for Green.
They have been making a statement. There's already been several big hits in this football game already, and there's one of the things that Brian Urlacher talked to us about. We can't let Amon Green get his shoulder square.
Second in the league in 3rd down or red zone offense. Here is Green, nothing there. And the left side of the Bear defensive line, including Brian Urlacher, by the way, just totally stuffed it. No gain on the play.
And that's what Chicago has been doing of late. What they're doing, they're taking away the thing that the opponent does best on offense.
Say the Packers, if they're going to get back in the game, settling for a field goal would not be what you would want here, as the flip goes to Amon Green, and a Green again knocked back with 1-yard pickup. Brian Robinson making the tackle for the Chicago Bears, and it was Robinson who really was vocal in talking to the team this week. First down and 15. Bears on their own 18-yard line, and there's the pass, and it is caught by Marty Booker, and he has Al Harris again, and Moose pointed it out. Al Harris is going to be their target. 22 yards to Marty Booker. Right now, let's go to L.A. and a game 14 touchdowns this year, 4 as a receiver. Handoff to Green, and again stopped. No gain on the play. Keith Traylor was right there to make the play. Hey, the Chicago Bears defense, porous early in the year, has turned it around dramatically in the second half, and a lot of people talking about perhaps the future of Dick Duran. Now, the players love Dick Duran, and sometimes players love a coach because he's easy. Dick Duran is not easy. They respect that man, and the way the Bears are playing down the stretch, you know, why make a move? First down on the 34 for the Bears. Now find themselves in a tough game as Anthony Thomas spinning his way close to the first down. Darren Sharper was there to make the stop. It doesn't matter. 2 minutes to go. Second down and 1 on the 43. Cordell Stewart, and his pass flagged down, caught by Justin Gage, the rookie from Missouri. And that would be a first down pending the call. back to the 31-yard line of the Packers. Down in 11, back now on the 33, and Marty Booker on the receiving end will go out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:49, getting 9 yards. 3rd down and 2. And they hand it off to Robbie Abdullah. 1st down, and the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer bursts into Green Bay territory, getting 11 yards. And the Bears will call a timeout. It is their first timeout of the second half. An opportunity for either a run back, one play or two to get into field goal range, perhaps. And there's the punt by Josh Bidwell. R.W. McQuarters. McQuarters gets a good return to the 41 of the Packers. And the clock shows 30 seconds. Barnett and Hawthorne making the tackle. 25-yard return.
No matter how long you have it, it matters what you do with it when you've got control of the ball. And obviously that return for a touchdown by Lance Briggs. There's not a whole lot of time on the clock for that one.
And here is Azuma fielding the ground ball at the 6-yard line. Jerry Azuma finding an opening going down the sideline, and a good return by Azuma as he crosses the 40-yard line. 37-yard return. Less worries that Mike Sherman has on that defensive group. The better off yards. 2nd down and 10. The pitch going to Thomas, and Thomas finding an opening and getting to the 49-yard line. A 6-yard pickup for Anthony Thomas, who had 17 yards on 4 carries on the Chicago 49. And there's Cordell Stewart. And he gets the pass, and it should be enough for the 1st down. David Terrell, he just wanted to get to the sticks and got it by a yard.
Some evidence that Favre finds Roberts Ferguson for the 17-yard catch to give him a makeable shot.
And Brock Forsey has come in the game, and the screen thrown to David Terrell, and Terrell crawls his way out to the 28-yard line, picking up 9 yards in the process. On the store, Forsey can get anything going on the ground. 3rd down and 2 coming up. And there is Cordell Stewart. Could run for it if he wants to, and he should get the 1st down as he extended the ball over the line and has a 3-yard pickup. And the Bears barely make it, but they'll take it here early in the 4th quarter. Brock Forsey remains the tailback. 1st down on the Bears 30. Stewart's pass. And this is caught at the 41 by Marty Booker, and another Chicago 1st down.
Right now.
8 straight wins if they go on and beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to have to regroup in their bid to make the playoffs. 2nd down and 10 from the 41. And the pass to Des White, who has not caught a pass but catches one here. Des White, who came in leading the team in receiving, and a forgotten man going to him for a 23-yard pickup.
And one of the things that they wanted to do at the beginning of the game, take shots against Al Harris on the outside. Now that's good coverage by Al Harris. He's right there. He kind of loses track of the ball for a second, but Cordell Stewart throws the ball up into an area and allows Des White to make a play. Time to get away from all these gadgets out of this bunch look that we're going to see here. The different things that they're deletion, and it's because they're throwing the ball up on the outside. It's time to get away from all the trickery in this running game that is stalled.
And here's Stewart, pass up the middle to Desmond Clark, the tight end. He'll be short of the 1st down by about 2.5 yards. Hannibal Navy's on the coverage to Clark.
Well, and you've got an advantage against your opponent. You've got to continue to go back to it.
3rd down and 2 on the Packer 30. And the Bears go to the air, and it's caught inside the 20 by Marty Booker, and a 1st down. So Marty Booker now with his 5th catch of the game adds 13 yards to his total, and his first 100-yard receiving game of the year. Time remaining. Anthony Thomas is in the backfield, and Cordell Stewart loops it up, and the catch made by Justin Gage. Gage, who dropped a few and had a few knocked out, makes his first catch of the game. Good for 28.
Great concentration here. We've seen him with an opportunity to make some other catches during the game. he hasn't been able to do that, but a nice job right there. And again, it's Al Harris, and that's kind of, you know, what were they doing on that last series going after Mike McKenzie again? They came in wanting to try number 3.
Second down and 19. Barely into Packer territory. Short drop and on the slant, Des White. But he won't go anywhere after the catch. So a short gain of 7 yards.
He said if the Packers do make it into the postseason that he will not be able to join them. And then you would probably have Edgar Bennett assume his position as the running backs coach.
Cordell Stewart has the most time he's had and completes the pass for the first down to David Terrell. Stopping the clock at 6:33 on an 11-yard pickup.
Conference record is the 3rd tiebreaker, but even if they go in and lose to Kansas City or somebody else in the AFC down the stretch, it will not help the Packers. Their big help has to come next week against Chicago.
Jerry Azuma with a good return for the Bears, trying to put a move on into Green Bay territory and never goes out of bounds. And Jerry Azuma will go all the way and score on an 88-yard kickoff return. Erwin Sweeney of the Packers seem to have Azuma dead to rights, but no, and Azuma goes all the way for the touchdown for the Bears. A little bittersweet moment for Chicago in the latter stages. Paul Edinger for the extra point. Bears led 14-0, and then the Packers with 34 unanswered points before that return by Azuma.
And he just does a great job down the sideline. He's going to break the initial wave right there. And now he's in the wide open. Watch the move here on the kicker, Ryan Longwell. Freezes him. But watch the work down the sideline. I mean, Erwin Sweeney and Curtis Fuller right there have a very easy play to get him out of bounds. I mean, he has very little room to work with it. They can't get him out. Now, remember, Jerry Azuma, he's playing cornerback. But he was a great college running back in the day, so that's not a different thing for him to be putting that ball under his arm and returning kicks.
And that is his second kickoff touchdown return of the year.
To be broken, I'm happy for him. You know, hopefully he'll go on and break the record for you know, yards, rushing yards in a career for the Green Bay Packers.
Cordell Stewart has not run much tonight and does run and stops the clock and gets out of bounds with a minute remaining. And taking a look at Green Bay's first game for our basic audience here in the Midwest. Second down and 10, and the pass out to David Terrell. Terrell still on his feet and steps out of bounds. 46 seconds.
A lot of teams with better records involved in that wild card race right now ahead of the Chicago Bears.
In fact, as the pass is caught by Robbie Abdullah, even the Green Bay Packers would have trouble as a wild card. They're well down. Their best bet is to try to win.
After 12 years of Brett Favre, Bears fans have to understand it's usually the quarterback position that decides the Packer game. Same story today in Green Bay, only both quarterbacks have to share the credit or the blame for what happened up there today. It was good for a while, but thanks in part to Favre and to Cordell Stewart, the Bears' fleeting playoff hopes disappear on the tundra at Lambeau. Bring out the flying wedge for this one. Bears defense facing a big challenge at Favre, but what about Cordell Stewart? First quarter had some steam on this one. David Terrell for 22 and a first down. Then on the very next play, Marty Booker split wide right. He ran past Mike McKenzie, and Stewart put it right on his fingertips. 61-yard touchdown, 7-0 Bears. Then 3 plays after the kickoff, it's Favre under the gun. Tried to throw this ball out of bounds, but Lance Briggs said, not so fast. He's going the distance. And the Bears have a 14-0 lead after 1. They were bringing the wood on defense, too. Jerry Azuma and then Brian Urlacher, each getting a piece of Donald Driver here. But Favre got that sore thumb back in working condition, and after a couple of field goals, dropped one in on Javon Walker. It was 14-13 Bears at halftime. Then more trouble in the third. Stewart was hit as he let it go. It is picked off on the bobble by McKenzie. That led to one of 2 Packer field goals, 19-14 Green Bay after 3. But the Bears were driving in the fourth. Des White made a play. Good catch here, good for 21 yards. Bears got down to the Packers 16. Stewart stared a hole in White on the right side. McKenzie read it, picked it, and pretty much ended it right there. Stewart made 2 good tries to get him, but it's a 90-yard touchdown return for McKenzie and a 27-14 Green Bay lead. The Bears offense would not score again. The Packers would. Amon Green came in late in the game to make it 34-14. I said the Bears offense didn't score anymore, but there was another touchdown coming. Jerry Azuma took the kickoff at the 12, got to the sideline, avoided tacklers and the chalk, and took it 88 yards for the score. Pro Bowl bound, I would think. But he will be among a precious few Bears involved in any kind of postseason play. 34-21, the final from Lambeau. The Bears turn it over 5 times, 3 picks and 2 fumbles. Favre is 20-4 against the Bears. He's thrown a touchdown pass in every single one of those games. That ties an NFL record. I'm sure he'll break it next year, which will be the next time the Bears have a chance at the playoffs.
Just a disappointing day, obviously, to lose up here at this time of year when we had an opportunity to maybe take a step forward. So it was a long day, a long day for all of us.
They adjusted. They kind of went back to more of their base stuff, and we just needed to play. They played their base stuff well, So credit to them. They won.
I think they started throwing the ball a little bit more, and he was hitting little short passes, moving the ball down the field. We only gave up really 1 touchdown, but I don't know, just getting in that field position. We was pretty much losing the field position battle the whole game.
A lot of questions are hanging out there tonight, but there are 2 big ones. Does Rex Grossman finally get to play next week? And is Coach Duran finished in Chicago? Rich King has more on those topics and on how Mike McKenzie turned this game around on 1 fourth-quarter play.
Mike McKenzie was burned by the Bears for a 39-yard touchdown bomb in the first quarter, but McKenzie had the last laugh when he broke the Bears back with a 90-yard pickoff return for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. This, folks, was the ball game.
He's a corner just like any other corner in this league. It just so happened on that play he bit on it, and it was a play that we was working on to try to make him think we were doing something else, and it just so happened he just played it smart. He didn't move, and I tried to throw it outside, and he just bit on it and wound up making a play.
McKenzie's a very good player in terms of he's heady and he reads the quarterback's drops and he jumps. In fact, the interception for a touchdown that he had, he jumped around.
Anthony Thomas was coming off viral pneumonia, but he seemed surprised at sharing time at running back with Robbie Abdullah and Brock Forsey. Thomas just 9 carries for 22 yards.
Why were you giving the ball more? Why were you playing more?
Got to ask the coaches. I'm not a coach. I just, when numbers call, I go out and play.
That's all you know. I mean, nobody said anything, or
don't want to say anything.
The Bears' loss only adds fuel to the speculation about Dick Duran's future here in Chicago. The players seem ready for it.
I don't talk about who's going to be here because, you think about it, hell, your ass is up for grabs too. And when you lose football games, players and coaches are the same. You don't know who's going to be around, so you fight to the end, and you just pray to God that you're not the one that's out of here.
As far as our intensity, as far as our will to go out there and play hard, and our will to win, it's there. We just have to execute, come down with more plays, and we still have an opportunity to go out there and do that. We have 3 more games left.
And so the Bears' season bites the dust here at Lambeau Field. And while there are questions about Dick Duran's future, the biggest question now is who will start at quarterback next week. After the game, Duran was non-committal about whether rookie Rex Grossman would get the call. He said that decision would be made on Wednesday. From Lambeau Field, Rich King for Instant Replay.
Okay, Rich, the running game today, as Rich said, was terrible all day long. They never put much heat on Favre back there, and Stewart, for some reason, had no steam on any of those sideline out patterns, and that really hurt him today.